With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, Trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The Blown Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Banner Construction, kicks things off on the high banks right here on iRacing Super Speedway. You can only find it right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. 80 laps scheduled around this 3-mile track. 5-minute qualifying session already underway. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from the trackside. Track, very busy place. 23 drivers set to lay down some qualifying times. We'll get to some of those qualifying times here in just a moment. There you can see some of your track information. Track temperature, not really a factor here tonight so far. We'll have to wait to see if that changes throughout tonight's race. Will we see Kevin Dick put it back in victory lane for a fourth time this season with a stranglehold on the points already here in race number 8 out of the 10-week regular season? We're going to get set to kick the chase off here in the next couple of weeks. Qualifying times just now rolling in, so we'll go ahead and kick some of that information over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along just like we do up here in the booth. Ryan Nicoletta going to go fast time here tonight. 50:13 is the quick time in qualifying for that 59 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Scott Wise, Frank Reese, Brandon Alpin, and Bryce McCoon round out the top 5. A lot of drivers, a lot of fast drivers all over this field. There you see Kevin Dick breaks into the 49 nines. He's going to be the only driver. Mark Bruning right there as well in that fast Toyota. And I do apologize. I said ZL1 Camaro. He's out there in the trucks. What are we thinking? The Clash Series is on Sunday. We do apologize. Music going to fade away. Final minute and a half. Going to wind off the speed, off the stopwatch. Drivers left with little time to put it on top of the speed charts. Does anybody have anything for your points leader sitting in control of the U.S. Veterans Pole Award here tonight? Kevin Dick with the quick time, 49.99. Few more drivers making their way into the track, into the garage area. Looks like we're going to have upwards of 30 drivers now slated in tonight's race. This is going to be one heck of a super speedway race. If you're a fan of super speedway racing, you haven't seen anything like this. It's a long, stretched out 3-mile track, high banking. You can go 3-4 wide easily here, but the track just seems to be so much more narrow than Daytona or Talladega International Superspeedway. Both of those tracks kind of wide open in comparison to iRacing Superspeedway. In the final 30 seconds beginning to roll off the stopwatch here in qualifying, and it looks like AJ Green gonna snatch it right at the last moment. AJ Green gonna walk away with the U.S. Veterans Pole Award. The 43 Chevy Silverado gets the job done. Quick time belongs to AJ Green, 49.97. We're going to step away from the track for just a brief commercial break. Head down trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with your starting lineup in just a few moments, live right here from iRacing Superspeedway.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so
And back trackside after the flyover. The U.S. Veterans Pole Award belongs to Were you watching? Do you know who was it that grabbed the top spot away from Kevin Dick just before the end of qualifying? We're going to have to wait. Let's see if you know. Let's see if you were paying attention out there in the chat. Go ahead and throw that at me if you can. We've got him. We know where he's at. Drivers just hanging out right now. Everybody making their way through final pre-race inspection. So what do you say we go ahead and run down the official point standings coming into tonight's race. Race number 8 here this season for the Blown Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. Kevin Dick, there you can see him sitting top of the speed charts. He's got a stranglehold on his points lead. Colin Forrester, AJ Green right there inside the top 3 positions. Andrew Moore, Justin Gann, Brandon Alpin, Lance Hill, Anthony Keys getting a little bit stretched out as we get a little bit further back around that 10th position. Jim Thorndike, Ryan Nicoletta. Pay close attention, though. We got to watch the battle right around that 16th position. We're going to start to clue in on that over the next 3 races here with the Blown Piston Racing League's Truck Series, because these last 3 regular season races will shape that championship 16 as we begin the championship run here in just a short 3 races left here this season. Mark Bruning right there on the outside, looking in just 1 point on the outside, looking in. Will the road course ace be able to bring home a solid finish here tonight on a super speedway? How about Zach Helanen right there in the 15th position? Oh, knocking on the door on moving up through the field. Will he be able to leapfrog Andrew Mraz? Mraz having a little bit of a rough go of it over the past handful of weeks, but still hanging on strong in the point standings. A little bit further on back, you can see a few drivers that need, well, they need solid top 5s, if not podiums, over the course of the next 3 races. A big notable name right there, that 31 of Scott Wise, sitting back in the 22nd position. He's got to make up almost 100 points. I apologize. He's got to make up almost 20 points. What am I thinking here? Almost 20, 30 points in the course of 3 weeks. And it's going to be tough, but will tonight be the night that a few of these drivers can capitalize on some rough goes? We all know how restrictor plate racing can go. We all know how it can be. Will these drivers be able to handle the speeds upwards of 185 miles an hour in a truck? That is absolutely ridiculous. That's the way your point standings shake out coming into tonight's race here at iRacing Super Speedway. Race number 8 going to shape the championship standings. There you see a few of the drivers able to make it through final pre-race inspection after making a few changes to the trucks. They'll be allowed a handful of minutes to get out there and see if everything shakes out with them before we get ready to go green flag racing here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. We're going to take one short commercial break as drivers hit the track for the last few minutes and get ready to get to the starting grid. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back live here from iRacing Super Speedway. And back trackside as the drivers are called back to pit lane. Everybody will begin to hit that starting grid. And we will get set to fire things off for the first time here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. 2 stages on tap. Who's going to snatch a few more bonus points before the end of this season? Race number 8 here tonight at the iRacing Super Speedway. 2 more races to decide the rest of the championship 16. Your top 5 all but locked in. They pretty much just have to start and park from here on out. But I don't think we'll see any of those drivers inside of the top 5 be willing to go ahead and just say, I'm good here. I think I'll go ahead and take it to the house from here on out. Handful of drivers making their way to the starting grid. There you can see them just over that outside wall. And we're going to get set to go trackside. There you can see everybody getting into position. As you hear those familiar bells begin to toll in the background, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for race number 8 here for the Blown Piston Racing League's Truck Series. Presented to you by Banner Construction. Taking the pole position, the U.S. Veterans pole position here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway, the 43 Chevy Silverado of A.J. Green. Kevin Dick will line up just to his outside. Back in row number 2 tonight, the 61 of Mark Bruning, followed by the 77 of Andrew Moore. Brandon Alpin and Kevin D'Elia back in row 3. Row number 4 tonight, the 15 of Jacob Drift and the 59 of Ryan Nicoletta. Anthony Keys and Bryce McCoon will round out row number 5 in your top 10. Brett Bothwell in the 96 going to start inside row number 6 with the 99 of Jimmy McKee just to his outside. Row number 7 here tonight, 31 of Scott Wise, followed by the Fast 5 of Roger Rios. Andrew Mraz and Chris Scala back in row number 8. Row number 9. Tonight here from the iRacing Super Speedway, Avery Wilson in the 1. And the driver out of Illinois is inside of that 74 machine, Zach Owen. Anthony Handley, Justin Kay round out your top 20 back in row 11 here tonight. 48 of Adam Alshire and the 11 of John Findley. Frank Reese, John Mankowski back in row 12. Row 13, Scotty Brown and Casey Duncan, Jordan Berry, Clayton Fry round out the field with Justin Gann. Tail end of the field, music will fade, pace truck down and away, and here we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight at the iRacing Super Speedway. These drunk drivers will jockey for positions all over this track. Look for things to happen and happen in a hurry. Lap number 1 now underway. 2-3 wide already. Drivers on the apron. Drivers on the apron back around that 10th, 11th position, getting down into turn number 1. Everybody clean and clear so far. Taking a look at the big run on the outside. Kevin Dick gets a huge push by that 77 machine. Top 3 now making 4 trucks on the outside lane, making their way up and around that inside lane. Powered by your pole sitter in that Dairy Queen 43 machine. A.J. Green snatched the U.S. Veterans Pole Award, but he will not lead the first lap of the race as drivers coming around to make it official. We've got a lead change. We've got a new race leader at the front. The 52 of Kevin Dick leads the first lap here tonight. Overhead camera shot on board with that 61 Toyota Tundra of Mark Bruning as he runs in the 5th position. Right behind the 59 of Ryan Nicoletta, Brandon Alpin just behind him. There's Jacob Drift. How about Bryce McCoon? Now up into the 9th position, up 5 spots. Already is Scott Wise, but how about Clayton Fry back in the 15th position, up 11 spots, man. He is making his way through the field in control of that Martin Sports Hard Charger Award for the time being. He breaks inside the top 15 from starting all the way tail end Sally, basically. Whoa, look at these truck drivers all over the place. Back through the back. Go a little bit further back. What do you say we go around this 15th, 16th position as we go on board here with Andrew Mraz. He's running in the 16th position. He's got Bryce McCoon just in front of him, right off of his tail end. There's a look back over the rear deck lid of Andrew Mraz. He's got Bryce McCoon in front. Avery Wilson all over him in the back. 96 of Brad Bothwell. There you can see that 96 up at the top of the speedway. He's dropping back through the back. He must not like something he sees up near the front. He's going to go ahead and head to the back. Played a little bit safer for the time being as drivers begin to log some laps here tonight. Stage number 1 going to come to a close on lap number 16. So we've got ourselves a little bit of ways to go to stage number 1. But it looks like Kevin Dick is looking to assert his dominance here tonight on the restrictor plate track. After going to victory lane last week at Phoenix, can Kevin make it back-to-back victory lane appearances? We have not seen a back-to-back race winner so far this season. Can Kevin Dick do it for the first time? Do it big, do it with speed, and do it with style here. These drivers, if these speeds are correct, my goodness. We're seeing on our timing and scoring speeds upwards of 220 miles an hour as these drivers are making their way into these corners. I'll tell you what, if we've got it, let's see if we can't go on board with one of these drivers and check out the telemetry, check out the timing and scoring. See what they're seeing. I tell you what, let's jump out there with your race leader, Kevin Dick. There you can see that RPM gauge wound up, not going anywhere. There you see it. 4th gear, 231 miles an hour, entering the corner. That's your race leader, Kevin Dick, leading this field in that 52 Chevy Silverado. How about we head back to another onboard camera shot? Mark Bruning back in the pack. Behind 2 drivers stacked up side by side right in front of him, 227 miles an hour. This is absolutely amazing. Big save. Big time save. Right there by the 15 of Jacob Drift. I apologize. It looks like that may have been the 59 of Ryan Nicoletta, and just in front of Mark Bruning, the 15 of Drift. Oh, and Bruning super loose into the corner. Super loose into the corner as we got our onboard camera shot. We'll go ahead and jump back outside of the car. Continue to bring you all of the racing action here tonight. We'll continue to check in on some of those speed charts and how fast these drivers are laying down these laps. Can you imagine 230 miles an hour in a pickup truck? Boy, if that ain't a country song for you, I don't know what is. Big stack up at the front of the field. Kevin Dick and Drew Moore going at it. 38 machine trying to make his way to the front of this field, up 17 positions. Justin K has got that outside lane moving, in the outside lane moving with a big wiggle on corner entry. We talked about how this racetrack races differently from Daytona International Speedway as well as Talladega International Speedway, Super Speedway. The entry to these corners are brutal here at the iRacing Super Speedway. A big kind of carousel bump, almost a Dover-like bump and leap down into the corner. Then it's got that roller coaster exit, just like that's a good comparison in my opinion. Dover, the way you come up out of the corners at Dover, the same way these truck drivers are coming in and up out of these corners. Whoa, contact with the 48. Adam Alshire and Andrew Mraz made contact. Avery Wilson right there with a big moment behind him. That's going to stack up the outside lane. Mraz going to look to capitalize on the mistake, and he's going to move a little bit further towards the front of this field. Entire field all within about a second or so of each other. 3-4 wide back here with Adam Alshire up in the mix. There you can see the 48 truck struggling on the outside lane. The 44 right behind him. Curtis Kelly trying to make his way back up through the field. Kelly already up 12 positions. Looking to gain a little bit more here tonight. Up 17 spots now with the Martin Sports Hard Charger. The position that's Justin Kay up inside the podium spots, running in the third spot, trying to make that outside lane work, and he's going to pull all the way up to the front, and he's going to take a lap lead. How about Roger Rios? Right by, oh, contact! Rios into the wall, big wreck into turn one. Big wreck, big stack up to the Cobb Sycamore Chevy Buick GMC. Caution flag comes out, and we have got carnage here tonight at the iRacing Super Speedway. 10 laps into stage number 1. We've got our first caution of the night. Oh my goodness. That went bad, and it went bad fast. Let's go back, check the replay here. There you can see, oh man, Scott Wise absolutely hammered Kevin D'Elia also caught up and involved. Let's take a look from D'Elia's vantage point. Oh my gosh, we got trucks. Oh man. The 15 of Jacob Drift involved, Curtis Kelly involved. Let's take another look at this one. Driver's trying to just make it through. Oh, and how did he make it through? Oh my goodness, did you see? Who was that in that Indiana paint scheme? Let's take one more look at it from this vantage point. How about that minimal contact there for the 99 through all of that carnage and chaos going on in front of him? I'm not quite sure how he got it done, but he got it done. Managed to keep himself out of harm's way. Justin Kay going to take the point after the big melee and crash into turn number 1. It's the big one here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. See if we can get a truck counting this one. It looks like about eight to 9 drivers caught up and involved in this initial on-track incident, bringing out the first caution of the night. The DeKalb Sycamore Chevy Buick GMC caution flag flies for the first time on lap number 10. And we've got drivers to pit road. We've got some gamblers staying out on the track. Looks like the 61 of Mark Bruning, Scotty Brown Jr., and AJ Green have elected to stay out on the track. We're going to have a short run to the end of stage 1, so drivers rolling the dice early, looking to snatch a few bonus points. If you remember in tonight's pre-race, we talked how Mark Bruning was sitting just outside of the top 16, just outside of that championship 16, and this is what you've got to do if you're on the outside looking in. If you're one of the drivers that are barely on the inside, you got to roll the dice. You got to try to get those extra points. You got to try to get those bonus points in case you make it into that championship 16. So, I mean, it is a super speedway. So the old tires I don't think are going to come into effect as much, but it is going to be a factor with the banking of these corners. I think Bruning, Brown, and Green struggle a little bit with the grip on entry and exit, as the drivers behind, they're going to be able to keep it hard pressed and pinned down, pedal to the metal here tonight at the iRacing Super Speedway. How about that? We're going to have basically a green-white checkered for the end of stage number 1. So who's going to walk away with the Wise Guy Racing Graphics stage 1 win here tonight? That's going to set us up for a short run in stage number 2. Will we see another sweep? We seen a sweep last week in the Clash Series for the Blown Piston Racing Leagues presented by Banner Construction. Will we see another sweep here tonight? AJ Green right there sits in third. He's got a shot to snatch the Wise Guy Racing Graphics Stage number 1 win after taking the U.S. Veterans Pole Award. I don't know, but we fixing to find out. Pace car gonna duck off this time by, and we're gonna get ready to go back. Green flag racing once again here at this beautiful, huge 3-mile track in Concord. It says Concord. Virtual racing, of course. And man, there is a ton of drivers still down on pit lane, beating and banging on their machines. Curtis Kelly, Frank Reese, Andrew Moraz, Roger Rios, Mateus, Scott Wise, Ryan Nicoletta, Jacob Drift, Kevin D'Elia, Brandon Alpin, Avery Wilson, as well as Adam Alshire, all caught up, all involved in this one, all on pit road in damage control from here on out. Field begins to get double file. Gap's gonna close up. iRacing Chevy Silverado pace truck will duck on off and we'll get set to go back green flag racing this time around. And down and away goes the pace car, and here we go. Stage 1 gonna come to an end on the gas. Green flag flies as Bruning nails the loud pedal. He skates away from the 43. Not sure you want to get a big jump at a restrictor plate track, but the wily veteran inside of that Toyota Tundra, he's got a strategy. He's got something that he wants to work. We'll see how it all works out for Bruning right now, leading this field. AJ Green right tucked in. Behind him, the 77 of Andrew Moore with a big run. He's going to jump to the outside with the 43. Bruning left behind with the 38, pushing all over his rear deck lid. Drivers now 3 wide at the front as Chris Scala takes it to the middle in that 33 Serve Pro machine. He'll drop right down to the bottom right in front of Bruning. Contacting Casey Duncan with trouble. Casey Duncan with trouble. He's able to save it, but he's going to have to come to pit road. Driver off pace. Blowing up in the back. Tough break for that 17 of Duncan. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, Andrew Moore, AJ Green, Kevin Dick all going at it. Chris Scala with a big 3-wide move. Had a position or two gained for a moment, but unfortunately, Scala falling back in the field now. Mark Bruning hanging tough at the front as we are on lap number 15 out of the 16 laps scheduled in stage number 1. It's all going to come down to who can get back around this track one more time before the rest of the hungry drivers right behind them. Who will take the Wise Guy Racing Graphics Stage 1 win? Final lap here in Stage 1. AJ Green, your pole sitter, with a shot to walk away with the Stage 1 win. We'll take the graphic back off. We don't want to confuse anybody. Stage number 1 not done just yet. Green leads this field. Mark Bruning right there behind him. Hungry inside of that 61 truck. Big wiggle out of the 74 of Zach Halanen back. Third in line on the inside lane. Big push by Bruning on the 43's rear bumper. Chris Scala looks to go 3 wide to the outside of the 38. Almost contact between those two cars. Drivers, man, mixing it up big time, coming through 3 and 4. Here's the run to that green and white checkered flag coming to the line, and it's gonna be, oh my goodness, Mark Bruning across the line. He's gonna grab the Stage 1 win. Now keep in mind, race fans, this is not official. This is our timing and scoring coming to you. And Mark Bruning gonna put the 21 Pineapple 61 Toyota Tundra at the front of the field and capture The Wise Guy Racing Graphics Stage 1 win. And that will bring out the DeKalb Sycamore Chevy Buick GMC caution flag for the second time. This to end Stage 1. How about that? Rolling the dice, and Bruning gets the job done. He'll put some points in his back pocket, and he'll look to have a better chance at making it in to that top 16. Job well done, my man Zach Halanen right there in second. H.A. Green gonna end up back in the third position. Justin Kay in fourth, with Clayton Fry rounding out your top five at the end of stage number 1. What a run it was. We had a big one on lap 10, and Bruni and his crew rolled the dice, and he'll walk away with some extra points. We're going to step away from the track as drivers will be coming to pit road under caution for the stage 1 break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back trackside for all your green flag action right here from the iRacing Super Speedway. And back trackside as the final few drivers make their way back down pit road for a second time as we get set to go back green flag racing here from the iRacing Super Speedway. Clayton Fry makes his way from the back to the front, up 27 positions from where he started here tonight. Can the double O keep it at the front? He'll have the advantage of the control car coming to the restart. We'll have to wait to see who can get the job done here tonight. How about that 99 of Jimmy McKee? Made his way through the big one on lap number 10, and he has found a way to the front of the field. Minimal damage on that 99 machine, and McKee up at the front. We've still got a lot of drivers down there on pit road, but everybody's still working on their trucks, trying to get themselves back out there on the track. That is just how important it is to get every point that you can. No matter what, you've got to get the job done. You got to try to get out there and grab every point you can, and that is why we see a handful of drivers out there still electing to beat and bang on their machines. The iRacing pace car is going to duck off, and we're going to get set to go green flag racing once again here from the iRacing Super Speedway. Wait for it on the gas, and green flag flies once again as the 00 nails the loud pedal. Will cross the line. Lap 21 goes on the board. A little bit of a calmer start here to the beginning of stage number 2. Nobody really jumping out of line just yet, and right as I say that, we've got drivers scattering at the front. Mark Bruning, stage 1 winner, snatching the Wise Guy Racing Graphics stage 1 win. Bruning now back to that 4th position. Big move through the field for the 17 of Casey Duncan, as well as the 93 of John Mankowski. There you can see Mankowski trying to get that Serve Pro machine up to the front of the field, and we're 4 wide on the front stretch. We go 4 wide, back to 3 wide once again, down close quarters racing. Drivers checking out of the 3 wide, going to go double file down into turn 1, and a few of them will elect to go single file now. Big drop off of the elevator there for the 70 machine. He's going to drop to the bottom of the racetrack right behind that 52 of Kevin. Kevin, get that Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast truck up to the front of the field once again, qualified second. And the 52 now, oh, big trouble and more trouble as drivers are losing the engine. I believe that is the 70 of Scotty Brown. Contact on the track with the 93 of John Mankowski, and that sent Brown down to pit lane. Meanwhile, front of the field still in the hands of Clayton Fry, who snatched the top spot under the stage 1 caution. Has not looked back since. Jimmy McKee staying right in line. 61 of Mark Bruning right there. How about the 88 of Anthony Handley? He's making a splash here tonight as well. Up 15 positions from where he started. Also up 15 positions, the driver right behind him, Justin Kay, sits in 5th. Casey Duncan up 20 spots. He sits in 6th. Small little, about a 4 truck gap back from Duncan back to Kevin Hick in that 52 truck. Andrew Moore tucked in line right behind him. Then it's a good ways back over, a second and a half back to be a matter of fact to John Mankowski, Bryce McCoon, AJ Green, Anthony Keys, Chris Scala, Zach Alanin right there as well, running into 14th position. Everybody all over each other here that is still out there on the track. We've got, it looks to be 15 out there on the track, with one of those drivers being multiple laps down. Adam Alshire in the 48 machine out there on the track trying to make some laps. Scotty Brown down there fixing some damage after contact caused the engine to expire. Your race leader heads to pit road. He's going to bring Jimmy McKee, Anthony Handley also down to pit road. Zach Alain going to come to pit road this time around as Justin Gay. Mark Bruning, Casey Duncan, John Mankowski continue to stay out on the track. There you can see that lime wire machine up there near the front of the field. 17 was fast and happy hour. Looks like it's translating over here as we're midway through tonight's race, or I should say about midway through stage number 2. Long ways to go to we get to the end of stage number 2, and who will become the Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast stage number 2 winner. Drivers will have to hit pit lane for gas. They don't necessarily need those tires, as it looks like the majority of the field that did come down only took fuel on board. Clayton Fry, he grabbed some tires, though. This could be a pit strategy for later on in tonight's race, but I think it's going to backfire, as now Fry looks like he is going to lose a lap, and indeed he will be listed as the first driver 1 lap down in the YJ Esports Lucky Dog position. Going from leading the race to the driver in the Lucky Dog position. Tough break right here for the man on screen, Clayton Fry. He's got that YJ Esports Lucky Dog position for the time being. And I don't think anybody else is going to lose a lap, and it looks like Clayton Fry down on power now. It's going to be a long night ahead of that double O machine. We'll jump back through the field, back up near the front, inside of your top 5, the 43 of AJ Green, your pole sitter here tonight. Back inside the top 5, almost snatching stage 1. Came up just a little bit short, but still running well here tonight. And just like that, race fans, if you're a fan of plate racing, you know what has already happened here, as we are already down to 13 drivers on the lead lap. Field of 29 trucks. We had the big one on lap number 10 involving 9 drivers, 9 truck drivers taken out of contention very early. I won't say taken out from the track. 2 drivers, unfortunately, already bringing their machines back to the haulers. That's going to be the 11 of John Finley and the 20 of Brandon Alpin. Both of those drivers electing to patch up the wounds and push the trucks back onto the hauler. The 11 and the 20 will end their nights early here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. Just about 13 laps remaining here in stage number 2. Anthony Handley, Jimmy McKee, Zach Lane, and they're about 47 seconds back from your race leader, losing ground as well, as we've got double file racing at the front. Justin Key, Mark Bruning going at it for that top spot. We'll focus in just a little bit for a little while up here at the front of the field. Tell you what, why don't we give it to you raw, uncensored, and uncut. We're going to get a little closer to the track. We're going to mute the mics and go to our Turn It Up. And it doesn't get much better than that. On board with that 61 of Mark Bruning after he snatched the Wise Guy Racing Graphics Stage 1 win. He'll make a jump to the outside and look to gain a few spots, but nobody willing to go with him. That's going to leave the 61 high and dry. all alone, and he'll lose a handful of positions. He's going to have to look for a gap to get to the bottom of the speedway. Looks like a driver's going to jump to the outside. That's the 38 of Justin Key. He looks to grab that top spot here as now the Dynamark 14 of Anthony Keys looks to get back towards the front of this field. The line wire 17 of Casey Duncan lined up just behind him, up 22 positions here tonight. Duncan sits in control of that Martin Sports Hard Charger Award here tonight. Gonna take a quick look through the timing and scoring, see who is in control of that New Age Limited Speed Demon Award. In a 45.96 being turned in by the 93 of John Mankowski. He will have control of that New Age Limited Speed Demon Award for the time being. Mark Bruning with a big push on the tail end of the 31 truck. That's going to move Justin K into the top spot. Will he drop down? No. Yes, he's going to drop down right after the entry of turn 3, and that's going to leave Bruning high and dry once again after pushing a truck to the front of the field. We are down to under 10 laps to go here in stage number 2. Who wants it? Who's going to grab it? Who's going to walk away with the Facebook Custom Paints and Die Cast Stage 2 win? A handful of laps remaining before we'll find out who's going to put a handful more points in their back pocket. Can Bruning somehow walk away with his second stage win of the evening? We'll find out here very shortly. Struggling hard to keep it at the front of this field. Bruning continues to lose spots. He is down into that 4th position. Man, this is going to get close. This is going to get very, very close because the driver's sitting back in that 9th, 10th position. They are in danger of slowly falling off of the lead lap. I apologize, 11th, 12th, and 13th. In danger of losing a lap here, coming to the closing stages in the stage number 2 here in the Facebook Custom Paints and Die Cast Stage 2 for tonight's race at iRacing Super Speedway for the Balloon Piston Racing League's Truck Series, brought to you by Banner Construction. Up at the high side of the racetrack, there you can see one of the wounded machines here. That is the 74 of Zach Halanen, now losing a lap. He'll be listed as the YJ Esports Lucky Dog. There you can see that 74 trying to tuck in line. Halanen trying to do all he can to keep himself up near the front of this field. 99 of Jimmy McKee also doing the same, trying to keep himself up near the front of the field, trying to keep himself onto the lead lap. Listed 1 lap down right now in that 12th position. Ooh, these trucks are getting all sorts of out of shape off of turn 4. Trying to make a run on the outside is the 74 truck. Halanen trying to get himself back on the lead lap the good old-fashioned way. Will he be able to get the job done? It's going to be hard pressed all alone as the 38 sits behind the 99 and the 88, leading this pack of trucks, both managing to keep themselves on the lead lap for the time being. But will the 38 stay in line behind the lap machines, or will he make a move to the outside? What will Mark Bruning do here coming to the closing few laps here in stage number 2, the 17 of Casey Duncan? He looks to the outside. Nobody going to go with him. Lots of drivers to pit road this time. A lot of truck drivers down to pit road, and it looks like we've got one speeding onto pit road. Calamity strikes as the 11 has some issues coming to pit road. I apologize, that was not the 11, that was the 14 of Anthony Keys with trouble getting to pit road. AJ Green, your pole sitter, staying out on track. He's got Kevin Dick and Andrew Moore lined up right behind him. Your top 3 drivers electing to stay out, try to stretch it out to the end of stage number 2. The 3 trucks in front of him, Anthony Handley, Jimmy McKee, and Zach Lane, all ready to pit road early here in stage number 2. Is this the fuel strategy we've been waiting to see? How's it going to pan out for Handley, McKee, and Helanen down to pit road on lap number 24? They're going to leapfrog a handful of drivers who are just now making their way off of the pit road, getting up to speed. There you go, Handley, McKee, and Helanen now back inside the top 10, back on the lead lap once again as we are on lap number 39 out of the Eddie scheduled in tonight's official race distance. 1 lap away to the end of stage number 2. Here we go, and looks like your pole sitter, AJ Green, leads this field. He's going to look to walk away with some stage points here tonight. Off of turn 2 for the final time in stage number 2, the 52 of Kevin Dick leads AJ Green, Andrew Moore, Anthony Handley, Jimmy McKean, and Zach Helanen. Last driver on the lead lap. Your top 5 drivers all pretty much nose to tail. Casey Duncan in line right here. He has scored 1 lap down, but it's not going to matter. We're going to cross the line and put it in to the Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast stage number 2, and walking away with the top spot, walking away with the stage win. 52 of Kevin Dick gets the job done. He's going to put his Custom Paints and Diecast sponsored Chevy Silverado at the front of the field at the end of stage number 2. So how about that for, I don't know how many times it is so far this season, winning stage number 2, making his sponsor proud on that Chevy Silverado. The Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast 52 machine gonna snatch the Custom Paints and Diecast stage number 2 win. Kevin Dick put some more bonus points in his back pocket, and that's gonna put us right at the halfway point, ladies and gentlemen. And we started tonight's race with 29 truck drivers. Big crash on lap number 10 took a handful of drivers out. Since then, slowly but surely, drivers have had some issues and have had some problems, whether it's coming to pit road under green flag conditions or just some mishaps and misfortunes. We are down to just 8 drivers on the lead lap. Looks like Bryce McCoon in the 95 machine. There you can see McCoon. Looks like he'll walk away with the YJ Esports lucky dog. And man, it's gonna be a tough night for a handful of drivers out there. Losing a lap under green flag conditions, under the green flag pit stops. The 61 of Mark Bruning, one of the drivers listed 1 lap down for the time being. So as drivers make their way to the back of the pace car, stage number 2 comes to a close. Kevin Dick walks away with the Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast stage number 2 win. And we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, pay a few of the bills, head back trackside for all your green flag racing action. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back live here from the iRacing Super Speedway.
got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Back trackside as the Chevy Silverado base truck ready to make that left-hand turn, and we'll fire things off once again here from the iRacing Superspeedway, and on the gas fast, the 88 of Anthony Handley has started the final one to the checkered flag here tonight in race number 8 for the Blown Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. What about the hard-charging Kevin Dick back here? Came to pit road for the final time just before we went back. Green flag racing, and now the 52. He's going to have an uphill battle trying to get himself back to this lead pack, 2-3 wide in front of him as the 52 snakes his way through the field after snatching the Facebook custom paints and die-cast stage number 2 win. Again, the title truck sponsor get back to the front of this field, knocking on the door of the top 5 already. How about the fuel strategy working out, panning out for Anthony Handley, Jimmy McKee, and Andrew Moore sitting 1, 2, 3 on the track, of the drivers sitting in that top spot. Anthony Handley and his 88 Chevy Silverado sitting in the Martin Sports hard charger position for the time being. We'll jump and bring the timing and scoring back down, let you follow along just like we do here at the track. In the production booth, Mark Bruning to the outside in the lucky dog position, and contact between Bruning and Justin K in that 38 machine. 38 truck down on the bottom of the speedway. Bruning will tuck in line, fourth truck in line, trying to get himself back onto the lead lap the good old-fashioned way. He doesn't want to rely on the YJ Esports lucky dog. Bruning wants his way back on the lead lap. 44 truck to the high side. Curtis Kelly out there trying to gain any points he can. The Dairy Queen Motorsports driver with some trouble early here tonight. Caught up and involved in that lap number 10 incident. The only on-track incident here tonight. It was a big one. Took out upwards of 9 truck drivers, and that set the tone very early here tonight. A lot of great racing action still to be had here from the iRacing Super Speedway right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Blown Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Gander Construction. If you haven't already, race fans, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. And as always, while you're here, while you're watching, show them some love and drop them that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So go ahead, you know you want to. Go ahead and show these drivers some love and appreciation and smash that thumbs up Anthony Hanley continuing to lead the field. Jimmy McKee right there tucked in line behind him. Mark Bruning making his way around on the outside. He's got help from the 14 of Anthony Keys. He's looking to get himself back on the lead lap as well. 38 struggling down on the bottom of the track in between the 99 and the 77. And here it comes. When will Bruning drop down, looking to clear? Not quite. There it is, right at the last second. Bruning puts himself back on the lead lap. That's going to leave the Servpro 14 to the high side. He's got help with the 93 truck tucked in line right behind him. The 93 machine being scored 1 lap down in contact. Bruning goes around. It's the big one again on the front stretch. Oh no. Big time trouble on the front stretch coming to lap number 50 here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. Trouble on the track, and we've got more drivers torn up here tonight. Let's go back and check the replay. Mark Bruning, Anthony Hanley, oh my gosh, did you see how hard Bruning just hit? That was a hard lick. One more look at it here. From high above the track, one of the drone cams turned into the inside. More drivers caught up and involved. The 99 not missing this one. The 17 caught up and involved. The 88 caught up and involved. Bruning with a hard lick. And I believe that's going to put an end to a solid run here tonight for the man inside of that Toyota Tundra. Bruning onto pit road. Bruning, Hanley, McKee, Kevin Dick all involved in this latest incident. That's going to be 4 big names taken out of contention with less than 30 laps to go. My goodness, things just got interesting. Trying not to speculate who's going to be in that YJ Esports Lucky Dog position with everything going on. We got to sort things out, make sure there was no contact by any of the potential Lucky Dog recipients. Right now, it looks like Casey Duncan will receive that YJ Esports Lucky Dog and gain 1 lap and put himself back onto the lead lapper. Will Clayton Fry get the nod and get one of his 2 laps back? Looks like the 33. The 33 is going to get a lap back. He's moving his way to the front, and Scala going to come down pit road. The 51 going to stay out on track. He's going to try to get himself a lap back. Here comes the 17 late into the mix onto pit road. Man, that things getting a little crazy out there. 38 of Justin K. He elected to stay out on the track. And it looks like K going to get himself 1 lap back. The 38 truck will walk away with the YJ Esports Lucky Dog. Clayton Fry going to unfortunately be left with a decision to be made. Will he come down pit road and stay 2 laps down? 1 lap down, I apologize. Or will he take the wave around and hope for another caution so he can come back down pit road with a little bit of company? You'd never want to come to pit road solo on a restrictor plate track. You definitely don't want to do it out of track where the pack is traveling over 220 miles an hour. And Justin K will pull to pit lane to bring his Silverado to the service and attention of his pit crew. Andrew Moore will have control over the restart. He will be the control truck. We'll wait to see where that Golf Racing Fuel sponsored 77 decides to line up, whether it's inside or outside. There you see a handful of the drivers staying out, looking to get a wave around. They're going to give that top spot to AJ Green. So your U.S. Veterans Pole Award winner looks for that top spot. Maybe a little bit of trouble for the 77-0. Green going to go ahead. It looks like he's going to pull to pit road this time around. And indeed, the 43 machine does come to pit road. Andrew Moore going to stay out on track. A lot of drivers in front of that 77 that are going to receive a wave around. A lot of these drivers are listed one or multiple laps down. And there you see it's a who's who of drivers receiving a wave around. It's also a look at some very expensive bills for some of these team owners walking away from the restrictor plate track here tonight. Nestled in the virtual world in Concord, 3 Mile Super Speedway here at the iRacing Super Speedway. Race number 8 down in the final closing stages. We're going to get close to 25 laps to go here very shortly. And for all intents and purposes, it does look like we will have a new race winner for just the 5th time this season. And a handful of these drivers, it couldn't come at a better time for them. Win and you're in. Which one of these top 9? Will it even be a driver inside of the top 9 that walks away with the checkered flag here tonight? We've got a good bit of ways to go. But we'll stack the field up as the iRacing pace truck lights are off, and we'll get set to fire things off once again here. Mr. Smith pulls the pace truck down and wait for it. Here we go. Green flag flies once again here at the iRacing Super Speedway. Andrew Moore off to a good start. Bryce McCoon right there behind him. Anthony Keys, Jimmy McKee looking to jockey for position. Zach Lanen right there running in 5th. AJ Green, your U.S. Veteran Bowl Award winner, sits back in the 6th spot. John Mankowski back in 7th. Justin Kay up 12th position. He's in the 8th spot. 9th belongs to the 33 of Chris Scala. A lot of different things going on. A lot of different action to keep your eyes peeled for. Clayton Fry got himself 1 lap back. He's sitting as the lucky dog right now, sitting in that YJ Esports lucky dog position. Multiple drivers listed 2 laps, 3 laps down. Mark Bruning falling multiple laps down as the damage was too much for that 61 Toyota Tundra. Unfortunately, the 21 Pineapple sponsored 61 Tundra will call it an end to tonight's race. He will pull it back to the hauler. 61 of Bruning out of tonight's race. And for the drivers caught up in that big one back on lap number 10, back on the track once again. Adam Alshire, Frank Reese, Andrew Mraz, Curtis Kelly, Jordan Berry, Avery Wilson, Ryan Nicoletta, John Fender, Jacob Drift. I apologize. Out there on the track, Scott Wise in the 31 machine. He's out there on track as well, trying to gain any and all positions that he can. Roger Rios Mateus looks like he will walk away with the final spot in the running order back in 29th. As we are now down to just 25 laps to go in tonight's race here at the iRacing Super Speedway. We've seen some wounded machines down on the apron trying to give the front runners all the track that they can. 9 drivers left on the lead lap, and they're all right here running with each other at the front of the field. Chris Scala, only driver off pace. 33 machine back behind, running almost by himself. Whoa, big wiggle on that high side. 3 wide double forward, 2 rows deep as we cross the line to begin lap number 57 out of the 80 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Anthony Keys looking for the top spot. Bryce McCoon in the 95 wants it. on the inside lane. Keys looking to keep it wound up in that middle lane and keep the top spot for now. 3 wide once again. The 99 goes to the middle. He'll be the meat in the sandwich down the back stretch. How about the 17 machine? He's going to drop to the inside, and they'll go right all the way down to the bottom. Your top 3 drivers clearing the 43 machine, and now AJ Green going to be left back in 8th. Just how quick the tables can turn, and Andrew Moore, the 77 machine, was up there running for the top spot. He's just struggling to get a place back in line. 99 of Jimmy McKee, the only Ford in the field inside of your top 10. Only Ford on the lead lap here tonight, and I believe possibly the only Ford still running. No, Scotty Brown, your second Ford driver in the field. His Ford F-150 wounded here tonight. The 70 sitting back in the 20th position. Multiple laps down here tonight. So the fate of the fast blue ovals falls on the shoulders of the driver inside of that Indiana University 99 Ford F-150. Jimmy McKee rounds out your top 5. How about the hard press battle for that Martin Sports Hard Charger Award? For the time being, it belongs to the man sitting in that 4th position. There you can see him on screen in that 93 machine, 4th truck in line. John Mankowski up 20 positions here tonight. And sitting in second up 18 positions, as well as Clayton Fry. He's up 18 positions, running back in that 10th spot. Fry has the most potential to be able to gain some laps here, to be able to gain some positions, possibly take that Martin Sports Hard Charger away from Mankowski, who's running in that 4th spot right there in that 93 machine. The drivers look like they're starting to get a little bit content to run single file and kind of run this thing out a little closer to the end before really mixing things up. Your top 8 drivers all over each other, all within 1 second of each other. Anthony Keys leads Justin Kay, Bryce McCoon, John Mankowski back in the 4th spot. Timmy McKee running in 5th. Zach Elanen back in 6th. Position 7 belongs to Andrew Moore. AJ Green, your U.S. Veterans Pole Award winner here tonight, sits back in 8th. Final driver on the lead lap. But we've got a long way to go. 20 laps remaining in tonight's race here. Out of the 80 scheduled in tonight's official race distance for race number 8 with the Blown Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. I'll tell you what, we haven't really brought this camera to you here tonight either, so what do you say we go ahead and throw it high above the track one good time? What do you say we go and take a look from the drone cam here tonight? High above the racetrack, there you can see these drivers making their way down pit road. Turn 3 drone operator following these drivers around this 3-mile track, trying to keep up as they continue to speed down the backstretch and into turn number 3, upwards of 220 miles an hour, still being turned in by these fast truck drivers here. And I'm telling you what, this is a beast unto itself. How long will they be able to keep these speeds up? How long will the field be able to stay stacked up? And that's going to do it for the turn 3 drone. Look at the damage on the tail end of that 99 truck. There you can see some of the evidence of some on-track, I don't want to say excursions, but altercations maybe a better word. A little bit of a fight, a little bit of physical comes flying early here tonight, beaten and battered, but still running at the front. Great job here tonight. Walk away with some solid points inside of that 99 truck. Jimmy McKee running in that 5th position. Anthony Keys continues to lead. Justin K and Bryce McCoon counting out your podium drivers. Everybody all over each other. Nothing is set in stone just yet. Your top 8 drivers have yet to visit victory lane, so a new race winner will be crowned here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway in race number 8 in the 10-week regular season for the Blunt Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. Who's going to take the top spot tonight? Who's going to get the job done? Anthony Keys sitting at the front of the field, leading a handful of laps now. But the question we've got to ask ourselves is, when will these drivers come to pit road? Most of the field back down to pit road on lap number 51 or lap number 52. So everybody close as far as how much fuel they have in the tank. How close are these drivers when it comes to the fuel strategy in the fuel run? 16 laps to go. That is a long time. Almost 50 laps still remaining here tonight. You go ahead and do the math. 16 times 3. That's going to be about, what, 48 or so laps? So right around that 50 lap mark remaining here tonight. A lot can go wrong in 15 laps around a 3-mile super speedway. Everybody trying to keep that yellow line as their best friend to front of the field. Anthony Keys guarding that yellow line. He's going to drift up just a little bit here. Gotta watch leaving that much open. Probably doing it as a benefit back in the draft for Justin Key to be able to see the entry to turn number 3. We'll take a look back up at the tail end of your race leader in the Serve Pro 14. Anthony Key hung around all night long, and he has found a way to the front of the field, and he is here when it matters the most. 15 laps to go. $15 laps now make that, excuse me, oh my goodness. 14 laps now remaining as your race leader crosses the start and finish line. Will jump back outside of the truck. Bring you a little bit more of the action from the field there. You can see a lot of drivers struggling with some grip. It looks like your top 8 still all within 1 second of each other. Throw a blanket over them because you never know what's going to happen. All it takes is one driver getting out of line. All it takes is one misstep, one mishap, and we could see things completely change here tonight. Keys brings the field back across the line. 13 to go here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway race number 8 for the Blunt Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. Will your top 8 have to hit pit road for one final stop here tonight? They were last to pit road back on lap number 51. Looks like the majority of the field taking the right sides only in fuel. The 99 of Jimmy McKee stayed on pit road to fix some damage. Still got a handful of damage still to fix out there tonight. 74 of Zach Delanan also on the pit road last time on lap number 51. Elected to try to massage some of the fenders. Trying to get the truck reshaped and get a little bit more aerodynamic action out of that 74 truck. But for the time being, Helanen's going to be inside the top 10, stuck the tail end of the lead lap, sitting in the 8th position, just 1 second behind your race leader, Anthony Key, still followed by Justin K and Bryce McCoon back in 3rd. single file racing action as we get to the green flag pit stops. Andrew Moore, Jimmy McKee, they'll peel for pit road this time around, and that will leave your top 6 out there on the track that have yet to come to pit road for the final time, and it is gonna be the money stop. You gotta be on point. You can't get caught speeding. You can't overcome a pit road penalty this late in the race. 11 laps to go, 10 when we cross the line this time by. On board with that 14 of Anthony Keys as he continues to lead the field down into turn 3. Woo! I'm telling you, that just looks dangerous coming to pit road. Oh, and trouble! Trouble coming to pit road. The 33 has trouble. And into, I believe, the side of that 93 of John Mankowski. Those two drivers with some trouble, some contact. Didn't look to be too catastrophic. Andrew Moore and Jimmy McKee now just getting up to speed, just reaching 180 miles an hour. They've got to get all the way back around to the front stretch. Can they sniff a little draft from a few drivers that are damaged out there? Big moment. 77 almost into the tail end of the Menards machine up at the top of the speedway. Andrew Moore fast, hard charging right now. Can that 77 make the leapfrog and get to the front of this field? He's leaving his help behind. A half a second separates Moore from McKee. Top 6 getting up to speed. There you can see him scattered out, stretched out a little bit as Mankowski and AJ Green give up a ton of time coming to pit road. Job well done by Anthony Keys and Justin Kay, able to come to pit road at a huge rate of speed, get it wound down, slowed up without too much of a hassle. A little bit of contact there with the 38 of Justin Kay with the 93 of John Mankowski. There you can see Mankowski on the timing and scoring just off in front of Andrew Moore, man on screen, who has stepped away from his help. Trying to close in on your race leaders. We'll jump back up to the front of the field. 9 laps to go. Anthony Keys leads Justin Kay. And that 38 iRacing truck right behind him. Zach Halanen in the 74 machine sitting just about 3/10 back there. You can see the next 3 drivers in line. Halanen, McCoon, and Mankowski with a big run. They're going to jump to the outside. They're going to look to work together, and look at those 3 trucks just motor right around. No problem at all. Halanen grabbed the top spot for the moment, but the 95 of Bryce McCoon going to drop from the top side. He'll take the inside advantage now, inside lane with the numbers. 3 trucks down on the inside. 93 going to make the jump to the bottom, and he's going to clear McCoon just in time. Mankowski, new race leader. And just like that, your top 5 all within a half a second of each other. Andrew Moore beginning to close in. AJ Green has lost pace. Green falling off pace 4 seconds back to 43. Truck going to be listed back in the 7th position. Jumble for that 99 of Jimmy McKee. He's fallen a huge chunk back now, over 6 seconds back from your race leader. McKee in trouble late here tonight in race number 8 out of the 10 regular season races in the season for the Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. Chris Scala gonna pull his 33 machine down to pit road for the final service and tires on his tough Silverado here tonight, and we're looking at this timing and scoring, trying to see if anybody was able to grab that New Age Limited Speed Demon Award away from your race leader, and nobody's been able to do it. So for the time being, sitting in control of the Martin Sports Hard Charger Award is the man at the front of the field who also holds that New Age Limited Speed Demon Award for the time being. John Mankowski looks for some extra points here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. We'll cross the line and we'll get the high five this time around. 5 laps to go. And I don't know, race fans. Your top 6 drivers all within a half a second of each other. Anything could happen with 5 laps left. You never know how it all is going to play out, how it's all going to shake down up here at the front of the 93. Left the door open, and here comes McCoon to the bottom. Bryce McCoon saw the door open just enough, and he shoved the nose of that 93 truck to the inside. Run on the outside of Mankowski, gonna pay off. The 93, gonna take the lead back of the line. Once again, the 14 to the high side. Here comes the 77 of Andrew Moore and the 17 of Casey Duncan. He's 1 lap down, but he says, you know what? Let's get the party started. They're gonna stack up 3 by... Whoa, no. They will abandon the run on the high side. Oh, they're trying to formulate it once again. Back across the stripe this time by. We will see just 3 laps to go. Andrew Moore now leading that outside lane. The 14 of Anthony Keys needs to play a little bit of catch up. Casey Duncan right there trying to help out the cause. We'll go 3 wide with some lap trucks at the top of the speedway. Mankowski still keeping that double yellow line right beside him. Big run now by that 77 Golf sponsored truck. Here comes the 14 to his aid. Will power off the turn number 2. And back down the back stretch once again. Popsicle sticks will go on display this time around, and it's 2 wide for the race lead. 77 of Andrew Moore has the position for now. Big push on the outside from the 14 into 17, almost into the outside wall was Moore. And here comes Keys. He'll look 3 wide. We have 2 laps remaining. Popsicle sticks on display. 2-3 wide, racing at the front. Big move to the bottom for the 14. 14's going to drop to the bottom of the racetrack with 17 a little bit slow in that line wire machine. Casey Duncan gets shuffled out. Duncan listed off of the lead lap, 2 laps down in the YJ Esports lucky dog position, but he's going to bail from the situation. Leave it up to the race leaders to decide how it goes. Down into turn number 3 once again. Anthony Keys leads Bryce McCoon, Justin Kay, and John Mankowski. Andrew Moore sits right there in 5th. Zach Lane, and he's in the mix still. Coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Final lap here at the iRacing Super Speedway. On board with Anthony Keys at the front of the field. Bryce McCoon, Andrew Moore, all back for position. We'll jump back outside of the truck, see how it all shakes down. Down the backstretch, big move to the high side for the 77 of Andrew Moore. Moore looks for the top spot. Moore with a big push from the 51. Can Jordan Berry push him out far enough to make that 3 wide? Moore grabs the top spot as he's got a big push by the 51. Jordan Berry's gonna push that 77 of Moore around the field on the outside. And here it is, checkered flag on display. Ooh, Andrew Moore as they crash coming to the checkered flag. Andrew Moore will take the top spot. Bryce McCoon will walk away in 2nd. Justin Kay gonna round out your podium here tonight. How about John Mankowski, though? gonna come up just one spot short from the pole position here tonight. Mankowski gonna walk away with that Martin Sports Hard Charger Award here tonight. Up 20 positions to finish in fourth. Started outside of your top 20. Mankowski also gonna walk away with the New Age Limited Speed Demon Award. So hats off. Mankowski getting the job done as the engine expires. Coming to pit road on the cool down lap, but how about the job well done by the man inside of that Toyota Tundra? Andrew Moore gonna park it in victory lane for the first time this season. He'll enjoy this cool down lap and he'll get it back to the front stretch. Burn it down for the fans in the stands. Yet another sold out packed house here for the Blown Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. 77 trying to whip the truck around and he'll park it right there. Smoke show on display here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. We're going to step away, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of race number 8 here for the Blown Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. walking away from the track here tonight with a solid podium. Let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with the driver inside of that 38 machine. Justin, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a solid finish here tonight? You were in position for some stage wins. You walk away with some great race points. How's it feel to be on the podium?
It feels pretty good. I wish we could have gotten 2 spots better, but I mean, I'll take third any day. Tried helping Bryce to get up to the win on the last lap, but didn't work out. But it is what it is. I'm proud of everyone.
Well, sometimes you come up just a little bit short. Sometimes you just edge out the competition. For those that have not walked on this track and climbed inside a race truck or car for that matter, tell us what it's like out there around this just super fast super speedway.
It's definitely the craziest track on iRacing, that's for sure. 230 miles an hour. You gotta arc the corner really deep and make sure you don't hit that apron. You'll slide up the track.
Well, Justin, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight, rounding out the podium as we get set to eyeball the championship run in the next few weeks. Trying to look at the point standings here, and it looks like you may be just on the inside, I believe, of that top 16. So how are you approaching these next 2 weeks?
Just running up front the best I can, not getting taken out. I also need a bunch of luck, but yeah, just trying our best.
All right, well, Justin, again, congratulations on the solid run here tonight. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Chris Scala for being a great crew chief, as always. Dale's Pools being a great sponsor of the team, and Bryce McCune Racing.
All right, my man. Well, if that's it, we'll go ahead and let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you again before this season's out.
Will do. Have a good night, guys.
All right, there you go. That's going to be it for the driver that walked away in third here tonight inside of that 38 machine. Justin K walks away with the podium. He'll park the 38 back in third. We'll see if we can now grab a word or two with the man that walked away in the second position. Let's see if we can dial up that 95 of Bryce McCune. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a solid night here from a fast super speedway?
Oh, I'm feeling pretty good. Started in the back a little bit, just coasting around. Missed that first wreck was massive, and to come out second after that crazy ordeal is really fun.
Yeah, a big caution there on lap number 10 took out about 9 to 10 drivers here tonight. So after that, was there a sigh of relief, or did that change or not change the way you approached the rest of the laps here tonight?
It was a sigh of relief to have less cars in the field, but it was also like it proves my point to stay in the back more because people wrecked. And then one of my buddies that was in it, and it kind of it was a high and a low, but overall it definitely cleaned up the field for a top 3 finish.
Absolutely. Cleaned out a lot of big name drivers here tonight with some trouble here at the iRacing Super Speedway. Now that we have got race number 8 in the books, just race 9 and 10 left in the regular season, how are you sizing up your team, your crew shot at making a run for the championship here in the next few weeks?
Oh, we're currently in the points. We're not looking too hot. We've had a lot of races where we got out early. I missed the first race with scheduling problems, but we're hoping that a win next week or a win after that, and we can be in the playoffs and go for a Final Four or whatever this league has to offer.
All right, well, Bryce, again, congratulations on a solid finish here tonight, walking away second on one of the toughest tracks. It is a super speedway, but it's still a very tough track. Congratulations on the podium here tonight. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, I gotta thank our sponsors. We got BryceMcKeown.com, Dale's Pools, Drive Business Solutions. Then I'll just thank my family, my girlfriend, and everybody.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations here tonight. And we'll see if we can't catch up with you before the end of the season. And we'll see if you can't make your way into that championship 16 here in the next, we've got about 3 weeks. What do you say?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, well, there you heard it from the driver that walked away second here tonight inside of that 95 truck. Bryce McCoon says he's ready to get back to a podium. He's ready to try to run for a championship. We'll see if he can't get that job done. But tonight, he'll walk away in second. The 95 finishes tonight's race just 1 spot short, back in second. And now let's see if we can dial up and have a few words with the man that walked away with the checkered flag, your new race winner, Andrew Moore. David the Booth, you got a copy?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, how good does that sound? New race winner for the first time this season. We can say that and then say your name. You are locked into the championship 16. How good does that feel?
Oh, yeah. It was, it's about time we get one.
A little bit of craziness, to say the least, at the start of tonight's race. The big one happened early here tonight. After that early crash, how did you and your crew approach the rest of the race? Was it just log laps or get to the front and try to stay there?
Yeah, the whole race plan was to be conservative and just get the laps in and be there at the end. And just turns out me and my teammate Kevin there lined up on the top row, and we're like, well, let's just see if they go in the bottom. And we got the run and just led a bunch of laps, and then the big run came, and that's when the big one happened.
Yeah, the big one taking out a handful of drivers here tonight. Fortunately enough for you, though, you were able to keep your machine clean all the way to the end. What were your final thoughts coming down to those final 2 laps, running up inside the top 5? When did you decide to make that move and that jump to make the run on the high side?
Yeah, I was trying to make that high side work, but if you're out there by yourself, it's not very good. You can side draft a little bit, but you can't get out front. But once we caught those lap cars, I got another strike of luck, probably 6 strikes of luck tonight. And another one of my teammates damaged, but good enough to push me a little bit for the win there.
Yeah, we seen that 51 of Jordan Berry get tucked up in line behind you and push you out to a big lead. You grabbed that top spot with a fair amount of ease going down the backstretch on the final lap, and it was smooth sailing from there. So congratulations once again, walking away with the first race win of the season for you and your 77 crew. But before we let you go and celebrate the night away and enjoy this first race win of the season and being locked into the championship chase, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop? Maybe somebody that you may have missed along the way?
Yeah, sure. My teammates, Jordan there for the push, Torque Ranch Motorsports, Scott and Lauren, you for broadcasting, brother for watching, any other family. Thanks a lot.
All right, my man. Well, again, Andrew, enjoy this one. The first one never comes easy, but they're just as sweet when they happen after that. Congratulations making it into the championship chase with your race win here in race number 8 from the iRacing Super Speedway. And we'll see if we can't catch up with you again before the end of this season. What do you say?
Sounds good. Talk to you later.
All right, there you go. Final few words from the driver inside of that 77. Andrew Moore walks away with the top spot. He'll park it in victory lane here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. Job well done, my man. And how about that? What a race. What a night, race fans, here from the iRacing Super Speedway. We had a big one on lap number 10, and that's going to shake up the point standings heading in to the final 2 races of the regular season. We've got 2 more races before we will sort things out for your championship 16. We've now got 5 drivers locked in on race wins. Your top 7 in the points seem to be now officially locked in to that championship 16. We're going to lay it all on the line for the next few weeks. It's going to go down. It's going to be crazy. I can assure you that. What a race here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. And as you can hear, the producers hitting those music buttons in the background, so it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results here from the iRacing Super Speedway for the Blown Piston Racing League's Truck Series, presented to you by Banner Construction. Walking away with the top spot, the 77 of Andrew Moore. Bryce McCoon going to finish back in second in the 95 truck. Justin K rounds out your podium finishers, walking away with the New Age Limited Speed Demon Award, as well as the Martin Sports Hard Charger. That's going to be the 93 of John Mankowski. Walking away fifth here tonight, the 14 of Anthony Keys. Zach Lanen going to park it in sixth. Finishing tonight back in the 7th position, the driver that walked away with the U.S. Veterans Pole Award, the 43 of AJ Green. 99 of Jimmy McKee going to finish in 8th, 9th tonight to KC Duncan in the 17 machine. Clayton Fry going to round out your top 10 back in 11th. The 33 of Chris Scala. Brad Bothwell in 12th. 13th tonight belongs to the 48 of Adam Alshire. The 88 of Anthony Hanley will finish tonight's race back in 14th. In the 52, Facebook Custom Paints and Diecast Chevy Silverado of Kevin Nick wins the Custom Paints and Diecast Stage 2, but walks away 15th on track here tonight, finishing back in 16th in his 61 Toyota Tundra. Walking away with the Wise Guy Racing Graphics Stage 1 win. Mark Bruning finishes in 16th. 17th belongs to Frank Reese. Andrew Mraz back in 18th. Curtis Kelly in 19th. 20th spot here tonight to Jordan Berry. 21st from the track here tonight, Avery Wilson. Scotty Brown going to walk away from the iRacing Super Speedway back in 22nd. 23rd belongs to the 59 of Ryan Nicoletta. Jacob Drift, Scott Wise, John Finley round out your top 26. Kevin D'Elia going to walk away from the track in 27th. Brandon Alpin in 28th. 29th belongs to Roger Rios Mateus. And that will close out the running order. Big shout out and tip of the cap to your race control and admins here tonight at the iRacing Super Speedway in race control. We do appreciate Lauren up there, as well as Justin Gann pulling some driver admin duties here tonight from the iRacing Super Speedway. How about the great restrictor plate racing action, race fans? If you haven't already, you know you want to, you're here, you might as well join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love, and as always, drop them that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. Whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you're one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or maybe possibly one of the sponsors here across the many different series and leagues on the Turn 3 Racing Network, we do appreciate each and every one of you. Without you, there is no us. So go ahead, while you're at it, show them some love and drop them that thumbs up. We're going to roll up some cords and get ready for Sunday night's racing action right here with the Blown Piston Racing League's Clash Series. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't miss any of the action. We'll be back at it real soon. But until then, stay safe. Stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.